Hello everybody, my name is Manny Da Silva from the Western Mass Fly Fisherman, and this is the review video for the Mickey fin. I'm going to catch my thread a little ways behind the eye of the hook, establish a small thread base to catch thread, and execute a half hitch. As we did in class, the first item we're going to tie in is our silver oval tinsel. And as I mentioned in class, you don't use this when you're going to troll a fly, but if you're going to cast it, this is fine. So I'm going to catch that on top of the hook shank. I leave a little bit of a tab. I'm going to bend that tab back. Wrap down on top of it, locking it in. I'm going to take my thread and run that all the way to the back, all the way to tail. It's right on top of the hook shank. I'm going to take my thread and wrap it forward. All the way to where I tied in, and execute a half hitch. The next item is going to be our tinsel, which is going to, this is a silver tinsel body. As you know in class, I like to taper off my tinsel. I'm going to catch that just behind that taper. A couple of wraps forward. Bend the tab back. Wrap it in front of it, locking it in, and execute a half hitch. Again, in our class format, we half hitch between every procedure. Okay, silver side up. I'm now going to wrap back, forming the body of our fly. Again, edge to edge. No overlap. Nice smooth body all the way to tail. I'm going to reverse direction and again edge to edge and form the body of our Mickey fin. Take it all the way to the thread. Catch it with a thread pinch. Cut off the excess tinsel at an angle using our working scissors and using the core. Tab back. Gonna wrap in front and then wrap down on top of it. And execute a half hitch. Again, if you were going to be trolling this, you wouldn't be using the silver tinsel. I was told it would establish a wake when you were trolling. Take one full wrap on the back side of the hook, right at tail, and then I'm going to allow it to spiral up the body, and this just gives the fly a little bit of extra flash when you're casting. Pulling it through the water. Wrap all the way to my thread, take one full wrap where my thread is, and execute a thread pinch. Again, the core of my scissors. Cut off the excess, leaving a small tab. Wrap in front, and then wrap that down, locking it in. Okay. All right, once I have that done, execute a half hitch. Next item is going to be our yellow fish hair. True to pattern, you use bucktail. I am using fish hair. This is a synthetic replacement for bucktail, and I like it because it's so consistent and from one end of the material to the other. Again, I'm cutting it close. I guess you would, okay. And I want this to go roughly to tail. A little bit past the bend of the hook. And I'm going to catch that little clump right on top of the hook shank with the up motion of my thread. Wrap forward. Using the core of my scissors, I'm going to cut that at an angle. And I'm going to wrap back all the way to the eye, wrap back, locking it in, and half hitch. Okay. The next clump is a small clump of red. Again, I'm cutting close. And I want this to go roughly just short of the yellow that we tied in. Again, it's right on top of the hook shank. Catch that with my thread. Cut off the excess. Wrap forward, binding down the butts, and then wrap back. And half hitch. And now another clump of yellow. This one I want this actually past my first clump of yellow. Tie that in. Again, cutting at an angle. And I'm now going to shape up, clean this up just a little bit more. I'm going to take my thread all the way to the eye of the hook, and I'm going to start forming the head of my fly. I want to thoroughly cover all the butts with my fish hair. Once I've done that, execute 3 or 4 half hitches to lock it in. Cut off my thread. Trim up tail. And there is our Mickey fin. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it.